Hi there, Ginger Roses! Welcome back to the YouTube! In today's video, we're going to be looking at the craziest reasons students got expelled from school. Now, these are all real things that actually happened in schools. We're going to start with the most common reasons students get expelled from school and finish with the least common. Honestly, the one at the end is crazy. So make sure you stick around to see exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Before we start, as always, I just want to point this out. Of all of you lovely, brilliant, fantastic people who watch my videos, there's a massive 73.7% of you not subscribed. Well, what on earth is going on there? That number's going up. It's not going down, it's going up. Well, that needs to change. So if you watch my videos and you enjoy them, please do subscribe. It really helps me out. Thank you. I love you. Okay, so the first one. This is the reason 1 in 12 students have been expelled, surprisingly. Possessing a gun. It's probably from America, right? Possessing a gun or weapon is one of the most common reasons for expulsion. Might get jail sentences too. Bloody yeah. I mean, if that's right at the start, what else is going to be in this video? Next one. 1 in 14 students get expelled having drugs. This is also one of the most common causes for expulsion. That is crazy. I do remember some kids in my school going around with drugs. None of them ever had guns though, but I am from the UK. 1 in 27 students got expelled for vandalism. What is your opinion about school vandalisms? My opinion. Some of them were funny, to be fair, because some kids would just go around. It would never be with spray paint, but it would be, I don't know what it was, but they'd just draw penises. They'd just go around, penises all over my school, on the walls, mainly in the boys' toilets, just like, yeah, on the walls of the boys' toilets. Oh, yeah, that was funny. There you go, that's my opinion on it. No, don't vandalize, guys. It's not good. Not good. 1 in 35 students got expelled for stealing school equipment. So how is business? Oh, they'd steal it and sell it, I guess. God, that is so bad, isn't it? Naughty children. I wonder what kind of stuff they would steal. Surely it wouldn't just be like pens and pencils. It would probably be bigger stuff like, I'd imagine like computers maybe, but how are you gonna steal a computer and put that in your bag? 1 in 50 students were expelled for insulting the school or teachers online. The schools hate online insults. Be careful with this one. Interesting. So you like make a Facebook post. I mean, nobody uses Facebook anymore. You make some sort of post, maybe on TikTok or whatever. That kind of feels a bit harsh. I don't know. It depends what you've said, doesn't it? About the school and about maybe if you've picked on a specific teacher and not said nice things about them. That wouldn't be good. Honestly, the thought, I was such a, like, not goody two-shoes, but I just hated being told off when I was in school. So the thought of me being expelled for something, honestly, I would have been crying for weeks. 1 in 60 students got expelled for plagiarism. Plagiarism goes against the academic code and can be met with expulsion. Oh, okay, so plagiarism, so like you're pretending somebody else's work is yours. Yeah, I don't know, that kind of feels a bit harsh. Maybe if it was like in a real exam, I could understand that, but I don't know. That kind of feels a bit harsh to me. Don't forget, guys, as this video goes on, the things get more and more ridiculous. 1 in 79 students were expelled for smoking cigarettes. The punishment is usually suspension, but there are cases of expulsion too. Yeah, there was a lot of kids that got suspended in my school for smoking cigarettes. They'd do it down in the courts, we called it in my school, where they didn't think the teachers would be able to see them. There was always a teacher just walking around with their keys. You'd know they were coming because their keys would jangle. 1 in 80 students were expelled for never going to class. Getting expelled for basically never going to class, not even when there is an important exam. I mean, if they're never going to school or class anyway, why bother expelling them? They're basically expelled themselves. Oh my god, 1 in 90 students were expelled for stabbing. That is horrifying. Have you ever witnessed stabbing in school? I mean, not with a knife. I've seen it with a pencil, just like jab into the hand. But other than that, no. What kind of schools are kids being stabbed? That's really scary. 1 in 95 students were expelled for drug dealing. Almost half of high school students, 44%, know a student who sells drugs at their school. Oh my god, that is insane. So it's one thing doing drugs in school, but actually dealing the drugs, I mean, that's probably way worse, isn't it? 1 in 110 students were expelled for peeing in someone's locker. Well, that is not what I expected to read. Happens mostly in gym lockers. I love how it says it happens mostly in gym lockers, like this is a common thing that happens. That's crazy. That would be horrible, wouldn't it, to be the other end of that, just opening your locker and it's just loads of pee comes out, hits your face. I doubt it would be that much, but you know what I mean. 1 in 125 students were expelled for stealing a backpack. It's okay if you don't like school, but don't ruin someone else's educational materials. Oh, no, I do remember somebody being expelled in my school because they were stealing people's phones. They'd go in during PE to the changing rooms when we were all doing our PE lesson, and they'd go into everyone's bags and steal their phones. So yeah, they got found out because of CCTV. Got expelled. Luckily, he didn't steal my phone. 1 in 130 students were expelled for stealing exam papers. I was going to say that's a weird thing to steal, but now I understand why they've done it, so they can cheat. Want to know how many years of jail you get for this? Watch our video on prison sentences. You get jail time for stealing exam papers. That would be such a weird thing to go to prison for. I did not expect to go to prison for that, but I suppose you are stealing, so... Wow. 1 in 140 students were expelled for escaping school. A kid escaped school on a food service truck during recess. Oh my god, it's just, what was he like holding on underneath? He's like, I'm free! That's just a funny story, isn't it? I bet that kid was a legend of the school. 1 in 170 students were expelled for gambling. Careful, the principal might take all your money on the surface. How are they gambling in school? Was this just some sort of like casino underground or something? Or maybe they were gambling Match Attacks or Go-Go's Crazy Bones. That's what I used to do. 1 in 200 students were expelled for punching the teacher. Oh my god. What would happen in your school if a student punched a teacher? Well, yeah, they would probably be expelled. And then the teacher in my school probably would have punched them back as well. Oh my god, that's so funny. Well, it is and it isn't. I hope the teacher's all right. 1 in 200 students as well. That is scarily common. I can never imagine punching anyone. I've never hit anyone. But a teacher. Imagine getting so angry at a teacher you just hit them. Oh my god. 1 in 280 students were expelled for smoking marijuana. You get extra punishments if you involved other people too. Wow. So it's same as the other one really, I suppose, using drugs in school. I'm surprised that's not more common because I feel like a lot of kids do that in school. Definitely happened in my school. 1 in 320 students were expelled for being out with the opposite sex. For being off campus with a member of the opposite sex without proper supervision. What does it mean by that? What, like, they've just like left the school together? I suppose when you're in school, obviously you're not an adult, so you can't be on your own? Interesting. They're probably getting up to some dodgy things outside of school. 1 in 430 students were expelled for starting a fire. Oh my god. I remember in my school, every time the fire alarm would go off, part of me was hoping it was a real fire. Like, I didn't want anyone to get hurt, obviously. But maybe if the school burned down? But I just wanted to go home. I was just hoping, right, this fire alarm's going off. If it's a real fire, we'll get to go home. That's all I wanted. But it did never happen. Though it might be accidental, but some kids have done it intentionally. What is wrong with it? If you're setting fire to your school, I mean, yeah, you definitely deserve to be expelled, but probably some prison time too. I find it funny how some kids are bad and get expelled and others are good and use Medley. Medley is the sponsor of today's video and I honestly wish I had it when I was in school. I would have got A's in everything. And that's saying something. Medley is an AI tool that allows you to practice real mock exams with all the exam boards like AQA and EdXL with the help of an AI assistant while you sit the exam. So you can learn while you practice and see where you went wrong. Oh my god, this would have helped me so much when I was in school. It has all the GCSE and A-level mocks on there for all the subjects like maths, English, science, and even PE. And better yet, they have the upcoming Christmas half-term mock exams coming out that are completely free. Just sign up to Medley, create an account, and secure your place. There's only 1,000 spaces available, so make sure you get in there quick. Only students from the UK are eligible. Okay, let's get back to the video. 1 in 450 students were expelled for harassment, making people uncomfortable by stalking, flirting, and whatever is extremely creepy. Oh my god. There's some really horrible kids out there, aren't there? Stalking people. What, like stalking teachers or just stalking other kids in the school? It's just weird, isn't it? 1 in 660 students were expelled for being racist. These cases include posting racist social media videos, images, and posts. What is wrong with people? That's so bad. It is so bad. I think it deserves prison time as well. Why do you think it's okay to be racist? What is wrong with you? 1 in 800 students were expelled for sneaking into the girls' changing room. Oh god, they're just getting weirder and weirder, aren't they? I'm guilty of encouraging a friend to do this. He only got loud screams from the girls, not punishment. Oh my god. Really? Okay, interesting. Yeah, definitely don't encourage your friend to do that. They could get expelled. Also, that would be so weird, sneaking into a girl's changing room. Like, if they were doing that to be weird, that is so strange. That's something Henry would do, isn't it? Let's be honest. 1 in 900 students were expelled for dropping fireworks. Kids sometimes get revenge on school by blowing stuff off using fireworks. Does it mean blowing stuff up? Probably. Jesus, that's like nearly as bad as setting the school on fire on purpose. Imagine if they set them off inside. I bet they probably did as well. 1 in 1,100 students were expelled for being called fat. Don't call anyone fat unless you want to be choked to death. What? I'm confused. Did the student that was fat get called fat and then get expelled? Surely not. Surely it's the other way around. They called somebody fat and got expelled. That kind of feels like, I mean, yeah, definitely you shouldn't call people fat. But that does kind of feel a bit harsh. Like maybe just tell them never to do that again, move on. But if they keep doing it, I suppose, yeah, Expel them. 1 in 1,200 students got expelled for a bomb threat. Oh my god. Has your school ever faced a bomb threat? No, it hasn't. And yeah, obviously I don't go to school anymore, but I hope it never does. That is so scary. It's watching videos like this, I do feel lucky to live in the UK. The thought of being in school and worrying about whether somebody has a gun or a bomb is just so scary. That's the last thing you want to think about when you're going through puberty and you've got exam stress. 1 in 1,400 students were expelled for being disguised as the principal. A kid sent emails to his teachers that he didn't like from the principal's email addresses saying they were fired. Oh my god. Okay, so not disguised. He didn't go to school dressed up as the principal or the head teacher. He managed to hack into the principal's email address and sent emails. Oh my god, that's so funny. Sent emails to all the teachers he didn't like, telling them they were fired. Oh, what a legend. That is funny. It is a funny prank to play, but also I can see why he got expelled. 1 in 1,700 students were expelled for starting a riot. A legendary cause to get expelled. Starting a riot. Imagine a riot happening in school, just all the students like smashing windows, breaking everything. If it had no consequences, I would have loved to have been a part of a riot in school. 1 in 3,000 students were expelled for smuggling wine. The wine bottle might break the spill in the middle of the classroom. Imagine just getting a bottle of wine out and just getting a glass and just pouring it while your teacher's talking. That'd be so funny. It'd be such a power move. 1 in 4,300 students were expelled for using pepper spray. Where are you going to get pepper spray from and bring that into school? A kid used a pepper spray in the class and the teacher was pregnant too. Oh my god, that's so bad. So they didn't just use it on other students, they used it on a teacher and the teacher was pregnant. Oh my god. That's like, I mean, that's like a criminal, that is a criminal offense. It's not like that is a criminal offense. Hopefully that kid got a bit of prison time too. Jesus. 1 in 5,000 students were expelled for emptying the car tires of the teacher. Emptying the car tires. If a student can't get revenge indirectly, okay, so like, I'm guessing they stabbed their tires and then let all the air out. Oh my god. I mean, yeah, I can see it happening. If a student really hated a particular teacher, I can see that one happening. 1 in 8,000 students got expelled for peeing on the teacher. Brilliant. If you, as a teacher, prevent students from going to the bathroom, you might become their target. What on earth? Imagine witnessing that. How are you doing that? How did that even happen? I would love to have seen that. Did the teacher say, no, you can't go to the toilet after the student asked? And then he just gets up, gets his knob out, and just runs at him. It's all right, fine then, sir. I'll go on you. That would have been so funny to watch. 1 in 12,000 students got expelled for setting someone's hair on fire. Were they that bored? Oh my god. Oh, that's so bad, isn't it? That is so bad. How do they even do that? They have a lighter, I assume. They just brought it into school. That'd be so scary as well if you were the other person. Don't forget, guys, these keep getting weirder and weirder. We are nearly at the last ones now. Honestly, it's so strange. 1 in 13,000 students got expelled for breaking into girls' dorm. A kid got expelled and presumably arrested for breaking into girls' dorm rooms and watching them sleep. Why was he watching them sleep? It's so weird. Oh, there's really some troubled souls out there, aren't there? It's so weird. 1 in 19,000 students got expelled for insulting a rude professor. Calling the professor a little poo isn't the best way to not get expelled. You're joking. That's the stupidest one we've had so far. He called a rude professor, so he's rude, so he's obviously not a very nice person, a little poo. He called them a little poo, and they got expelled. That is like a primary school insult. You're a little poo! He got expelled for that. That's oh, that's ridiculous. 1 in 21,000 students got expelled for a locker full of condoms. A student repeatedly put used condoms in a girl's locker. Oh, used condoms. That is so grim. Why would he do that? Or she. Could have been a she. That's so weird. I mean, that's not even a prank. That's just abuse, as far as I'm concerned. 1 in 22,000 students got expelled for having sex in the hallway. This is a mixture of stupidity and insanity. Oh my god. What, in school? That would be so weird. What, in the hall? So in the hallway, open for everyone to see. They're just, I mean, yeah, whatever floats your boat. Bloody hell. That is so weird. Imagine being able to do that. Imagine having no shame whatsoever, that you're happy for your friends, your peers, to watch you just go at each other in the school hallway. 1 in 29,000 students got expelled for mining Bitcoin. It's a bit of a strange one. A college student was expelled for installing Bitcoin miners on all the computers in a video editing lab. Wow. Okay. I'm assuming he wasn't allowed to do that then. Even though he's probably trying to make the school a load of money. Okay, guys, we've made it to the last 3, and oh my god, they are different, to say the least. 1 in 41,000 students were expelled for training with Al-Qaeda. Heard this story of this dude who got kicked out for leaving on a break to train with Al-Qaeda. How does that even happen? How do you leave to go train with Al-Qaeda? Then you must have some sort of contact with them you wouldn't just go, you know what I want to do? I want to become a terrorist and then just move. It's just not going to happen, is it? It's really sad as well, isn't it, to think about how that even happens. How's that happen in the first place? 1 in 45,000 students got expelled for kidnapping a koi. A bunch of Porter students were expelled for stealing and cooking a $5,000 koi. Oh my god, so they didn't just steal it, they actually killed it and cooked it and ate it. First of all, who has a koi in a school? Especially a $5,000 koi. Sounds like a fancy school. Also, if you're going to steal that, these students are so stupid that they didn't think to sell it themselves. They just thought, I'm going to cook it and eat it. It's so weird. Okay, guys, we have made it to the last one. And look, I didn't build this up for nothing. It is weird. 1 in 50,000 students got expelled for stripping for a maths professor. Yes, you heard that right. Can you believe that? A student hired a stripper for his maths professor. Okay, right. So it's not as bad as it sounds. It's not like the student stripped for the maths professor, but they hired a stripper to come in for them. Oh my god. I mean, it's still equally as weird, but yeah, that is really funny. I bet that was so funny to watch. Also, if you are that stripper that student has hired, you probably wouldn't come in, would you? Like, you would turn that job down. Like, that's not you're not gonna go in, you know, wearing no clothes or little to no clothes with a bunch of kids and strip for a teacher. You're clearly being set up for a prank. Oh, God. I bet that was so funny to watch, though. I'd love to have seen the maths professor's face. And then the student got expelled. Ah, what a shame. Oh, that's so funny. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was really funny. It was really funny seeing all the different and crazy, wacky ways students have actually been expelled from schools. Let me know in the comments, guys, what is the craziest way someone in your school has been expelled? Or maybe you've been expelled. You've been a naughty child? Have you? Okay, before you go, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!